Alright. Told you I'd be right back. But, yeah. So, Void Industries. This is a concept that I've sort of had for a while. In where, hang on. Let me just load this up. I've sort of been tinkering with Space Engineers 1 forever. To where I feel like I should have some amount of an idea of how to make something like this. Like, I want to build ships. However, the only way I can really do that is by creating my own sort of faction within Space Engineers. So, I'm coming to you now today with a bit of a proposal. I'm going to create Void Industries, which is going to be a mining and ship station, rover creation, industry. Where basically what we do at this place, it all boils down to sorry. It all boils down to making life a little bit easier for the average space engineer. Oh wait. And yeah, I know it's kind of confusing to a degree to question like why do this. Well, I just think it would be fun. That's not right. We don't need that like that. So, you see, sorry, I'm still used to Space Engineers 1. But, given the limited amount of blocks that I have to work with here, I'm gonna try and do my best to sort of create something of a brief explanation as to what this actually is. Why am I not able to do that? That doesn't make sense. Well, that kind of makes sense, but not really. Okay. So the thing about this is Void Industries. This is gonna be like my sort of pride and joy. I want to design ships that'll be able to help folks, do what they do best. And honestly, yeah, no, that's not gonna work. Not like that. I need more of a mining drill here. But then again, this is just a small grid ship, so... And if we're going for pinpoint precision accuracy, why improve that much further? No. That's a terrible idea. I need to constantly be improving that. Why would I ever consider not improving? See that this is the thing. In Space Engineers 1, it's kind of one of those things where it's like you don't have connectors and you don't have the basics. You're kind of stuck with whatever you got. You see, I think it's the head of that drill that's messing with me so much. Yeah. Then again, that might work. Like, let's test it. I want to test it in the field, so we're gonna do some field testing with this. First and foremost, what in the... Okay. Okay, wait. No, we need a reactor. We also need gyroscopes. So, like... that, and that. 4 gyroscopes seems like a relatively sane amount. Given that this is a mining vessel and needs some versatility to be able to rotate around. Okay. It has plenty of cargo space, so you'll never have to worry about that. Yeah, there's no way to do that. No way to get a decent reactor on board. The only way that would happen is reactor is not able to go on board. That's unfortunate, but that's not the end of the world because we have alternate methods. Okay, some of this is not working out like I thought it would. Hold up. Yeah. So having the cockpit is completely covered. So we need to put this like right on the edge. Kind of like that. Yeah, that would work. Okay. So then I just kind of want to make sure we got all our function blocks in place. Okay, but also I do want to kind of go ahead and, plan for the future here. Yes. Absolutely massive amount of cargo space. That's part of my future plan there. Because given that it is a mining vessel, it obviously needs to have that. If it didn't, it wouldn't be a very good mining vessel. Alright. Now here's the tricky part. You want to have the same forward and backwards momentum. That way you can more easily control, you know, what's happening. And then we have our left-right moment, our left-right thrusters. And then we just need to implement our up and down ones. I think we could. Yeah, this will probably work. Alright. So then... yeah. Let's drag these out to about there. Oh yeah, almost forgot the bottom. Can't forget about the bottom of this thing. Okay, yeah, no, that's probably more right. Because this is an industrial type ship, and you don't want your cargo being damaged, so a maximum amount of armor for that. But, you know, you also kind of don't want your... And the thing is, no matter which way you're facing... Hey, good to see you, Corporal Tunnel. Good to see you. Yeah, it's been going. Honestly, look, I'm gonna be honest with you, it hasn't been going too good. But, that's not stopping me. I'm not gonna let it stop me. But, yeah. I'm just out here working on designing a ship now for, cause you see, I've got this idea to sort of start my own like faction in Space Engineers. And I think it would be kind of cool to, you know, have a line of ships. And that's sort of where I'm going with this. That's a good question. As far as that goes, what does that mean exactly? Like, are you talking about what exactly do you mean by that? Doubling up solar panels. It sounds like I should know what that means, but I don't. But no, that's a single small flat solar panel right there. If that's what you're asking. And then so this thing on the back would be where a connector would go, just so you could more easily drop off resources. Though there is no connector at this moment, so we're just gonna pretend. Yeah, these are a little bit thicker. They they kind of expanded upon that, but let me check the so like there's the small one and there's the large one. Yeah, that's pretty thick too. But the thing is, I think it's, if you look, it's on both sides. I think. I think it's fine. I have no idea if this is gonna work. The name of my faction. Okay. So that's the interesting part. The name of the faction is Void Industries. So, and you know the acronym is VOID because Void VO Industries ID. And I just think it's a one that's kind of funny because you know why not? And you know the second part of that being that hang on a second. Yeah. And you see there's only one way in, and that's if you get on the mining apparatus here. So UW woo. Oh no. Oh no. I can't escape anyway. But yeah. This is kind of one of those machines like I was thinking about. It looks like it's functional. Doesn't appear to be destroying blocks. Yeah, it's big and square, but... And, you know, I probably also need to put a speed limit on this thing. Zoom in. Okay. So, oh, well, hope you have a great time at work, Corporal. I will see you in the next one, I hope. We're gonna do some things. Hopefully. But good luck at work. Don't die. That's the best advice I've ever given anyone. sunlight here. Okay. So let's see if this functions like I think it should. Can I still... Am I able to... Wait, let me check. So let's just, for example, sit here and think. We're on dig mode, so let's just try digging. See what happens. Does this whole thing fit? You betcha. Okay, so that's perfect. That's pretty perfect, and it digs a pretty decent sized hole, I would say. Okay, so now it's just a matter of I need to make it pretty. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, and then the back of it we need to also sort of work on. There we go. Yeah, that is a problem now. I skipped it. Yeah. Okay. Oops. Just yeah, I could proudly call this a the flagship Void Industries mining vessel Mark One, though it does need a new paint job. It needs a paint job to appropriately match. Alright. We're good. We're good on time. I can fix that one. We just need to... Oh, would you look at that? I forgot to paint the bottom of it. It'll be okay. We can fix this real fast. It's on thrusters where that stripe is. Ow. Alright, let's get that dirty yellow out. Very carefully. Yeah. And then the drills themselves need to be yellow. Thrusters, we can paint those white. Oops. I'll come back and fix that in a second. Let's see, go ahead and paint that and that. No, I want to paint that. Goodness. Good, good, good. Okay. Go back to the spots that I screwed up on. Repaint those. Yeah. Okay, so, yeah. And the cockpit itself, we'll make that blue, just to sort of align with everything else. Okay. So, let's call this the Avoid, or the, no, I'll just go ahead and use the acronym, the VOID. MK1. The Mark 1. No, wait, we need, it's Void Industries. Something. What do we call that? What should we name this? That's the question now. You know what? Tunneler Mark 1. That's what we're going to call it. Yeah, that's what we'll do. And then if we look at the blueprints, the details, Void Tunneler Mark 1. And I'm naming it the Tunneler after a Corporal Tunnel. H1R1. How's it going? Good to see you. Right, so let's see. If we go here, yeah, so all you gotta do and even if you're driving, you can still look in and see where you're going with it, like what's directly in front of you at least. Whoa. But yeah. This is a Void Industries product. Capable of carrying quite a bit, aka Bumblebee. Yeah, you could call it the Bumblebee. I like that little nickname. Actually, you know what? Let's turn on our jetpack, and I'm going back to blueprints. The Tunneler Mark 1. Affectionately referred to as the Bumblebee by Void Space Engineers. There we go. Okay, so let's check the blueprint. Okay, so replace grid just means, you know, basically say, you know, accept changes, I think. So if I were to try to just, I don't know, let's spawn another one in. Yeah. These could be mass produced. Just mass produce these jokers. That would be good. The Tub Toaster Mark 1. I can't believe I still have that as a thing. Yeah, given the I think given the nature of the Bumblebee, or you know, the Tunneler, it's probably a good pick for a good flagship model. It's got solar panels, meaning it can be charged in space as long as you are not inside of, you know, a digging operation. But then, you know, once you do get in there. Get in there. Anyway, I do need to make some edits to this because this is an early alpha stage model of it. So obviously it doesn't have batteries, it doesn't have like O2, it doesn't have anything in it beyond the very core basics like storage containers, thrusters, gyroscopes, and that's about it. So, yeah. It's not very fast on moving itself up and down, but going forwards and backwards, this thing can really go. So, this is just a utility model that I'm thinking we could have. And this is like the early alpha prototype. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, I like calling it the Bumblebee. That's pretty good. I like that. And I mean, it does create a significantly large area to work with. Like, if you wanted to get real about this, you could probably build a base inside of this. Like, there might be a few issues with it, but this would be big enough to build a base within. And if not, just make a second pass through over the top or side or wherever, if you chose to. That's kind of funny. But it looks like a face. It looks like Greedo from Star Wars. But anyway. Good times. But yeah. I like that. That's a pretty good one. But yeah, Void Industries is the name of my faction. This is a faction that I'm making to set up myself. You know, anyone's welcome to join it. Easiest way to join it is through the community Discord, which is there should be a link to that in my channel's description. Yeah, this is just a Mark 1 because honestly, I've never made anything that I intended to mass produce. The uh, the design is extremely simple. Like, I mean, literally, this is Space Engineers too, so you know, there's no real functional blocks yet, other than maybe the drills. I don't even know if they have function, but like, you see, if I were to go over here and like try to, if I needed to access that, you can't access storage. So we're still in early alpha. There's still a lot to do. But I think this is a good start the for my own faction. Not bad. Because starting out as a mining faction is often where everything starts, anyways. Eventually, though, I wanna branch out into creating exploration vessels and maybe even luxury vessels, if that's a thing. But yeah, eventually we're gonna build Mark 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth. And the thing is, they'll only get bigger with time, so it's gonna be incredibly awesome. But yeah, me, Corporal Tunnel, a whole bunch of other folks. We're all out in the Discord, just talking, sharing ideas and stuff. If you want to join, feel free. Be glad to have you. But yeah, the Tunneler Mark 1, also known as the Bumblebee. I like that. I really do. Kind of sucks that I have to go to work today because I really want to stay and just work on ships all day and get things, mass produced. Because like I have plans for large grid ships. Well, I say large grid, but there's only grid anymore. It's just going to be a force of habit I have. But my whole thing is, oh, anytime. But my whole thing is with this, the first exploration ship that I build is going to be pretty sizable. Like, this is just a small grid ship to sort of get everything started, I would say. But the first exploration ship that I build, that's gonna be pretty crazy build because it's gonna be big enough to house at least 4 people, 4 space engineers, and keep them alive while also giving them the basic functions that they need to be able to do research and such out in space. Refinery, assembler, all that good stuff. Enough storage, definitely the ability to move quickly, and be a little agile with it too, I think. But that's gonna be something for a future video because, well, like I said, I'm kind of running out of time because I gotta get ready for work and everything, and I wish this was my full-time job. This would be so cool, but it's gonna take a while, and I know it will. It's not it's not something that can really be rushed, I guess. But this is gonna be a regular thing I do, where I'll just sort of pull upstream and start building things. Like, one of the ideas I have is for a automated, like, repair drone type deal. Though I don't know if it would be, I don't know if I'd be able to fully automate it yet. Not without scripts or something. But yeah, Void Industries. That is a faction run by me, Void Doc. And if you're interested in the faction, let me know. I might as well try and build it up as like a actual thing. I think it would be kind of cool. Especially once Space Engineers 2 gets multiplayer and like dedicated servers. there's already been discussion, amongst people watching the videos and in the Discord. We're probably 100% gonna start funding a community server, I think, as soon as it becomes an option. So there is that to look forward to. So yeah, I think it would be good. I think it's gonna end up being a really good thing to get this started, and maybe have my own little faction. Maybe one day we could go to war with another YouTuber or something. In our own Space Engineers faction. Find a reason to go to war with them. You see them over there? They have done absolutely nothing wrong, but they're blue. And I hate blue. That kind of stuff. Just find some petty, not even really real reason. just go to war with another faction. Oh, that would be fun. I like that. That would be funny. But yeah. It's gonna be a long journey to get there, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna build up this faction. And with me at the helm, you never know what's gonna happen, actually. Clunk. But yeah, this is if you're just tuning into the stream, this is the Mark I Tunneler, made by Void Industries, aka me. But we're affectionately calling it the Bumblebee, because it kind of looks like a bumblebee. It's kind of cute. I like it. But it also has a pretty decent dig radius, whereas it's not bad. It's a pretty decent dig radius. Also, I like that. That's funny. Yeah, this is a blueprint that will one day probably end up on the workshop if I can help it. I might upload all the Void Industries things into the workshop. That way anyone can use them for themselves on their own saves. Once they get the workshop up and running. And yeah. Technically free to use. Some of it'll be free to use. Some of it, I don't know. There might be some experimental prototypes we just kind of keep to ourselves. That'd be kind of cool. Sure, exploration and mining, that's fine. We can let people do that. But when it comes to our, our artillery and war machines and such, maybe we keep those a secret. That way nobody can really figure it out. Though I definitely need someone that's more of a combat engineer to, help me with designing those, because I, regrettably, have never been in a fight in this game. I think I was in a fight once, and I lost horribly because it was just me trying to use a machine gun against a giant drone. It didn't go well. But that was Space Engineers 1. So yeah, I think this would be a good one. This would be a good thing to sort of do. Void Industries. I wonder what our motto would be. You know what? That's gonna be the next thing I gotta think of, is what is Void Industries' motto? What is our catchy little one-liner tag? Because we technically specialize in exploration and industrial endeavors, but and the thing is, I do want to build a luxury, I want to build a luxury ship at some point, and I've already got this idea for the name. We're going to call it the Void Runner. And that thing is going to be ridiculously fast, ridiculously light and agile. And it's just going to be, insane, I think. That thing's going to be made for, it'll have a little bit of combat functionality, but that's not going to be its main purpose. Its main purpose is just being a fast ship, honestly. It's gonna have some really interesting wing designs, I think. Like, I've been sketching it up a little bit, and I'm kind of excited to show y'all. Y'all might enjoy that when I sketch it up and show y'all. Just keep an eye on the community tab too, or again, the Discord. The Discord's always the best place to get any kind of extra information if I forget to post it here. And yes, a Corvette size build, definitely. It's gonna be like a one-seater for sure, but like it'll be like a one-seater like this type thing, but it's gonna be a lot bigger and have a little bit more functionality, definitely. To the extent of, I want it to be able to have some sort of life support system in it. It's not gonna be mining, but like we're gonna have probably 4 of these bad boys on the back of it, just so that it can go real quick. Maybe 2 there, and then on the wings out here have like another 1 and 1. I don't know. I feel like I got a bit of work to do on the design, but it's gonna be really good, I think. I just gotta think it through and wait for functionality in the alpha build. Assuming that it stays the alpha build, I think this is gonna end up turning into vertical slice 1 point whatever soon, maybe. What version is this? That's the question. But yeah, let's save this as alright. We'll save that because this is the VOID Bumblebee testing area. It kind of checks out. But yeah, I'm really proud that we were able to actually get this done today in such a short amount of time too. Like, yeah, this is a pretty rudimentary, simple thing, but I think it could be the start of something really great. It all started with a bumblebee. It all started when we released the bees. And that's how Void Industries began. We released the bees. That's gonna be hilarious. That's actually a hilarious origin story for any faction. Is it all started when we released the bees. But yeah. Sorry, I know I tend to repeat things a lot, and it might get a little annoying at times, but I promise it's not something I do regularly. It's just usually when I'm running out of time and I start like mentally pacing, I guess, because I know I've got so much to do in so little time. But yeah, well, I'm probably gonna start getting ready to, end the stream and all, but I do want to thank everyone for tuning in, and, feel free to subscribe if you're wanting to hang out some more later. And that Discord invite, it's always there, so it's like a permanent link, so you can join, anybody can join if they want to. So, again, thank you for tuning in, and